Assalamu alaikum everyone, this is Dr. Amina from Chemistry Department, Division of Science and Technology, University of Education, Lahore. Today I'm going to cover the topic which is Introduction to Bionanotechnology. This topic is actually taken from the chapter 2. The name of the chapter is Bionanotechnology and name of the course is Bionanotechnology again, and the course code is CHEM4141. The key concepts which we are going to cover in today's lecture regarding this topic are the introduction to Bionanotechnology, different important terms. This is basically a very introductory topic regarding this chapter and this course. So we will be covering few important terms relevant regarding to these topics which will be covered in this chapter. Examples of Bionanotechnology, we will be discussing some examples, and then of course the applications of Bionanotechnology. Okay, now introduction. Bionanotechnology is a good combination of biotechnology and nanotechnology. So this is actually a combined effort of biotechnology and nanotechnology to give a better view regarding the biomaterials at the nanoscale, right? So if I talk about the biotechnology is actually the technology that utilizes the biological systems, living organisms or part of these to develop or create different products. Okay, so biotechnology can also be termed as the application of scientific and engineering principles to the processing of the materials with the help of biological agents. For example, if you are brewing or baking breads, this is a good example of biotechnology. Actually, when you are baking the bread, baking pizza, you are using yeast, and yeast is a living organism, right? So you are using the living organism to produce the desired product. So this is a good example of the application of biotechnology, right? So you can say that the biotechnology is the integration of biochemistry, microbiology, and engineering disciplines to promote the industrial applications of microorganisms, engineered cells, tissues, and etc. etc. Okay, nanotechnology. This is actually the study of manipulating the matter on an atomic molecular scale. This is constructing and engineering of the functional systems at the nano level. We can say that the nanotechnology refers broadly to a field of applied sciences and technology where we are having a unifying theme, which is the control of the matter on the molecular level in the scales which are smaller than 1 micrometer. When I'm saying lesser than or smaller than 1 micrometer, I'm saying that means I'm talking about that it is between 1 to 100 nanometers, and the fabrication of the devices within the size range of 1 to 100 nanometer. Now, science and nanotechnology both are the study and the application of extremely small things, and can be used across all the other sciences to have better devices and better results, right? Now, nanometer is 1 billionth of a meter. That means 10 raised by minus 9 of a meter. Roughly, this is width of 3 or 4 atoms combines together to give a value which is 1 nanometer. Now the next the term technology. Now technology is actually it's the making and using, and this is the knowledge of tools, making tools, using tools, and knowledge of tools, machines, and techniques in order to solve a problem or perform a specific function. So we can say that the technology is the sum of some of the techniques, skills, methods, processes which can be used in the production of goods, or which can be used in providing the services, or in the accomplishments of different objectives during the scientific investigations. Now, the bionanotechnology. Bionanotechnology is a combination of three terms. Bios means life. Nano. Nano is a term which has an origin in the Greek language, and it means dwarf, very small. Okay. And the third part of bionanotechnology, the term bionanotechnology, is technologia. And technologia is actually having an origin in, again, Greek language, and it comprises techni, meaning craft, and logia means saying or studying. So saying or studying about the craft, which is a broad term dealing with the use and knowledge of the tools, right? So bionanotechnology can also be known as biomolecular nanotechnology, has applications in the field of biology, chemistry, medical sciences, and plus many more. Bionanotechnology. Bionanotechnology, while describing this term, I am going to take the help of Goodsell, who gave this statement in 2004, and he said that bionanotechnology as a subject of nanotechnology, and as a subject of nanotechnology, it implies at the atomic level engineering. Okay, and as a subject of bionanotechnology, it implies at the atomic level modification, adapting the biological machines, right? So he's saying that this is a nice pure combination of the two terms, the nanotechnology and the biotechnology. Okay, now differences between the bionanotechnology and nanobiotechnology. Now you may be surprised listening this, that is there any difference between the two, the bionanotechnology and the nanobiotechnology? Yes, there is difference between the two. The term bionanotechnology refers to the intersection of biology and nanotechnology. It involves the applications of biology to the nanotechnology, that is, utilization of biological machines in the nanomaterials or at the nanoscale. Conversely, when we are talking about the nanobiotechnology, it refers to the applications of nanotechnology to study the biological systems, right? Now, comparison of the nanoparticles with the matter of macro world. When I'm saying macro world, I'm talking about the world where you are living. So your world is the macro world, and matter of macro world, that the things which are around yourself, those are the matter of the macro world. So I'm going to compare the nanoparticles with the macro world. And now the first thing you have to keep in your mind is, whenever I say nanoparticles, bionanoparticles or nanoparticles, I'm talking about a biological cell which is in a range of 1 to 100 nanometers, right? So the basic definition of the nanomaterials or the nanoparticles is that the particle or the material must be having at least one dimension in 1 to 100 nanometers, and if you are talking about the nanoparticles, bionanoparticles, इसका मतलब ये हो जाएगा कि you are talking about a bionanoparticle which has all the three dimensions in a range which is between 1 to 100 nanometer. Okay, so the first example is glucose molecule. So when we talk about the glucose molecule, it has diameter in a range which is 1 nanometer, right? So if I compare this glucose molecule with the thickness of human hair, which is 0.050 millimeter, now the comparison between the two, we can do it like this, that the thickness of the human hair is 0.050 millimeter, which is almost 50,000 times of 1 nanometer. That means 50,000 nanometers. And if I compare the human hair, thickness of the human hair, which is 0.050 millimeter, with a man which has a height 8.3 feet. Usually we don't have men around us with this much height, but right now, just to do a comparison, we have taken a height which is 8.3 feet and which is exactly 50,000 times of the thickness of a human hair, right? So 0.050 milliमीटर, अगर हम इसको कंसिडर करें कि ये यूनिट है, एक वैल्यू है हाइट के हिसाब से, तो इसके मुकाबले में द हाइट ऑफ द ह्यूमन which is 8.3, that will be 50,000 times. So glucose molecule was 1 nanometer and the human hair was 50,000 times of the glucose molecules, and a man with a height 8.3 feet is 50,000 times of the thickness of human hair. And many more examples are given in this table. You can go through it and you can have some fun of it. Now, example of bionanomaterials. Now, example of the first example which I'm going to quote over here is the liposomes. Now, the liposomes होते क्या हैं? Liposomes are actually small vesicles. They can be naturally occurring or they can be artificially synthesized, right? So if you want to synthesize them, if you want to create them, these can be synthesized from cholesterols. And what are the cholesterols? These are actually the non-toxic phospholipids. Okay, so a very minute spherical sac of phospholipid molecules enclosing a water droplet inside it, liposome. So these can be formed artificially as well, and these are sometimes naturally occurring as well, and these can be used to carry drugs and different more compounds, nutrition to the tissues, right? Okay, and because these have a small size, almost in the range of 50 to 100 nanometer, and a very special character that they have, because they are phospholipids, so they have hydrophobic end and hydrophilic end, both the ends in the same molecule. So due to their special character, they show excellent circulation, penetration, and diffusion properties, and these are promising systems for the deliveries, for drug delivery, nutritional values जो भी आप देना चाहें, body में पहुंचाना चाहें, उनकी deliveries के लिए, these are very promising systems. Why nano? When I'm saying why nano, actually I'm saying why nano devices, why they are important. Nano devices are small enough to enter. Where to enter? In the cells, in the living tissues, in the living cells. Most animal cells are 10,000 to 20,000 nanometers in diameter. You can see in the diagram, the cell is in the range of 10,000 to 20,000, almost nanometers in diameter. This means that nanoscale devices less than 100 nanometers, because they are less than 100 nanometer, at least one dimension, and maybe all the three dimensions are lesser than 100 nanometers, so they can enter the cells, as the cells are 10,000 to 20,000 nanometers almost in diameter. So they can enter the cells and the organelles inside them to interact with DNA and proteins. Okay. Tools developed through nanotechnology may be able to detect diseases in a very small amount of the cell or tissue. So another dimension of this is that if you have very small cell or small tissue which is taken out of the body, and you want to check some disease or something for the forensic analysis or for the diagnostic analysis, you want to detect something, some disease or some chemical within that cell or tissue, yes, you can do with the help of this bionanotechnology. and plus they may also be able to enter and monitor cells within applications of this topic. Bionanotechnology is a rapidly advancing area of scientific and technological studies. This provides opportunity that uses tools and processes of nanofabrication to build devices, bio-nano devices for studying the biosystems. Bionanotechnology, along with molecular biology and nanotechnology, is helping to understand and assess the nanostructures and nanomachines designed by 4 billion years of engineering, cell machinery, and biological molecules. Okay, and now that means bio nanotechnology is working in the area where you are synthesizing or you are nano fabricating the things, and the nano biosensors and bio nanomaterials, plus bionanotechnology along with the molecular biology and nanotechnology. It is also helping us to understand all the nanostructures and nanomaterials and the nanomachines which are in use by the nature since the 4 billion years of human and the universe life. Some more applications: proteins are naturally occurring nanosystems optimized by the process of evolution. Biotechnology of protein-based nanostructures offers vast opportunities to re-engineering and combining them with either themselves. यानी आप क्या करने जा रहे हैं कि आप प्रोटीन्स को प्रोटीन्स से मिला के कुछ बनाने लगे हैं, री इंजीनियरिंग करने लगे हैं, उनको कंबाइन करने लगे by the process of cell assembly to create the supramolecular aggregates or with other nano materials for the technological applications. So now the next slide is dealing with the some more applications, and this application is actually the conjugation of antibodies and nanoparticles. Now when I am saying antibodies are actually the proteins which are produced by the body against the proteins. Now which proteins? Pathogenic proteins. Now what are the pathogens? Pathogens are the disease causing organisms like bacteria, virus, or any other living organism which can cause the disease. So the antibodies and nanoparticles are combined together, and they have the antibodies have affinity for the nanoparticles. When they are combined together, they have high affinity for each other and specificity, and this is of paramount importance in the development of vehicles which can be used for diagnosis, right? Because antibodies are very important. Now, for example, right now in the case of corona, they are proposing a treatment which is passive treatment, and the passive treatment is taking out the antibodies from the person who has recovered from the coronavirus. Definitely the antibodies are present over there in the body, and they are proposing that we can take out the antibodies from that person, and we can use the antibodies in the patients of the coronavirus. So the antibodies are very important vehicles for the treatment of different diseases. These can be used in the treatment of cancer as well and many other diseases, right? So this is a very nice fancy application of bio-nanotechnology. Nanotechnology has another application which is nanomedicines, and this is actually the medical application of bio-nanotechnology that will be hopefully leading to useful research tools, advanced drug delivery systems, or repair the damaged tissue and cells. Now, nanotechnology and tissue engineering. Tissue engineering is one of the most fascinating, fancy directions of the modern biotechnology. And here, the principle of the field of the tissue engineering is based on the ability to grow a network of cells. Growing a network of cells artificially, right? From the patient themselves or donors that will form functional tissue within the body of the patient, right? So this tissue could be used for the transplantation in the human patients. Many of the human cells, they have the capability of regrowing. For example, for example, the skin. If skin is damaged somewhere, it will regrow and it will heal itself. So we have some of the examples of the cells and tissues which are very useful in the tissue engineering, and the bio-nanotechnology is actually helping in this area as well. So before going to the details of the applications of bio-nanotechnology to some of more other fields, I just wanted to remind you that we have discussed that this discipline helps to indicate the merger of biological researches with various fields of nanotechnology. If you remember, we said that the concepts that are enhanced through the nanobiotechnology includes nano devices, nanoparticles, and nanoscale phenomena that occur within the discipline of nanotechnology, right? So this technical approach which we are dealing with of bio-nanotechnology, this technical approach is it's mainly important towards the biology, because the biology allows scientists to imagine and create systems that can be used for biological researches, right? So biologically, if we say that the biologically inspired nanotechnology uses biological systems as the inspiration for the technologies not yet created, exactly speaking. So however, as with nanotechnology and bio-nanotechnology does have many potential ethical issues associated with it, right? So now coming to, again towards the thing we were discussing, that we have some of the new nano tools which are often made by refining the applications of the nano tools that are already being used, right? That means we are saying that what now we are doing, not only we are creating some new nano tools which are applicable in the field of biology, genetics, nanomedicines, etc., but we are refining the already present nano tools as well, which are already in the use in the field of biology, in the field of genetics, and in the field of nano medicine and pharmacology, and many other, right? So the imaging of the native biomolecules which are already present in the nature, right? We are talking about the native biomolecules. Biological membranes, we know we have number of membranes. We have cellular membrane, we have membranes which are present within the cell. Organelles are surrounded by the membranes, we know that, right? So the biological membranes and the tissues. So imaging all these things is also a major topic of nanobiotechnology researches, or the bio nanotechnology, whatsoever you want to call it, you can call it, right? Okay. Now, the use of microorganisms. This is another field which is important when we are discussing the bio-nanotechnology or nanobiotechnology. This is the thing which is applicable in both the areas, right? So the use of microorganisms to synthesize the functional nanoparticles has been of great interest, and the scientists, the bio-nanotechnologists, they are working on this area as well. Then we can say that the microorganisms can change the oxidation states of the metals. Now the metals, you know that the metals are present in the human body, in the animal body, in the plant bodies, and they are working, they are acting as the biocatalyst in the body, right? So the microorganisms can change the oxidation states of the metals. So this is important, right? So these microbial processes have opened up new opportunities for us to explore the novel applications. For example, the biosynthesis of metal nanoparticles. So earlier, you know that we are synthesizing the nanoparticles, metal nanoparticles, by simple chemical methods, right? And the second was, that was very important, was we were using the green synthesis method. Now this is the third one, which is important, and which we have to be clear about, that we can use the microorganisms and they can help us in this process. And the bionanotechnology is helping us in the knowledge how we can work with the microorganisms to do this process. Now, just for a bit more fine detail, more fine details of the synthesis of nanoparticles, we know that in contrast to the chemical and the physical methods, microbial processes for synthesizing the nanoparticles can be achieved in aqueous phase under gentle and environmentally benign conditions. That means you cannot use the microorganisms in a medium which is non-aqueous. First thing first is, and the secondly, which is not gentle or which is harsh. So for that, for using the microorganisms for the set purpose, you have to have an environmentally soft condition, gentle condition, and plus the aqueous medium where these microorganisms can work. So this approach has become an attractive focus in the current green bio nanotechnology. Remember, I told you that the green bio nanotechnology is already what we are talking about. Green nanotechnology is the nanotechnology where you are synthesizing the nanoparticles, but by using the the parts from leaves, from roots, from any other part from the plants, right, or herbs. But now we are working with the microorganisms, and this is actually a step forward towards the sustainable development of the better environment and the green environment, right? Now, prospects of the bionanotechnology in the nanomedicine. Uh, uh, we have the idea, we have already have the idea that what the nanomedicine is. Now, the pharmacologists are using the bionanotechnology, and how they are using bionanotechnology has application in drug development and the production of the drugs, right? So drug development is the first step where you are developing the drug for any side purpose जो भी आपको करना है, for that you can develop the drug, right? And then you have to produce the drug for the commercial scale, which we can market in our society, so that the people can take it and use it, right? And those with the expertise have prospects in working with the engineers in this regard. Now, the bionanotechnology is in pharmacology. We are discussing. This is the pharmacology is actually is the branch of medicine that is associated with the uses, effects, and modes of action of drug, right? So I'm repeating that the pharmacology is the branch of medicine that is associated with the use, effects, and modes of action of drug within the body, right? So pharmacology is the science of drug action. In the simple words, is the science of drug action on the biological systems, right? So pharmacology and therapeutics in validation of the use of nanoparticles in the nanomedicine. This is important, and this can be correlated with each other to get a better idea of how you can use the nanomedicine in the for the treatment and for the cure of the diseases, and how the bio nanotechnology can help you in the area of production and development of nanomedicines, right? So this area also deals with the use of the potential toxicity of your nanomedicine, and how to cater it, how to minimize it, how to decrease it. Okay. Nanoparticle based drug delivery system is, or you can say the nanomedicine drug delivery system. This is very logical in the treatment of different medicines, and you can use the nanomedicines in the cure of, in the treatment of cancer, in the treatment of fibroids, in the treatment of tuberculosis. This is right now I am going to talk about the delivery system in the treatment of tuberculosis, right? So records show that 1/3 of the world population uh, um, uh, has been affected with the mycobacterium tuberculosis, which is in common words we used to call the tuberculosis or TB. So it has an annual record of more than 8 million new cases in the world and 2 million deaths almost over there in the world, right? So nanomedicine is able to introduce the long duration drug formulation which help to release the antimicrobial agents, because the mycobacterium tuberculosis, that is bacteria, right? So antimicrobial agents which we use, for example isoniazid, that is common my antimicrobial agent which we use in the treatment of TB or the tuberculosis. What we can do is we can take the help of nanomedicine, that we create the nanomedicines from the isoniazid and the products of isoniazid, and we can do this, that we can introduce the long duration drug formulation which helps to release the antimicrobial agent in a slow and leisurely and family way, right? So from this idea we can have an idea that by using the nanomedicine for the mycobacterium tuberculosis, the bacteria, we can do the treatment of tuberculosis in a better way, right? In a better way, because if we have a medicine, if we can develop a medicine which is releasing slowly in the body, and the metabolism is comparatively taking longer time, we have to repeat the medicine in lesser frequency, right? So lesser side effects and better results can be achieved by this method. Okay, so this is another thing which is important. I think we should discuss is the bionanotechnology and the drug delivery and prescription, mainly pharmaceutical area, right? So you can call it pharmaceutical nanochemistry or bionanochemistry, bionanotechnology in the area of pharmaceutical uh, chemistry or pharmaceutical sciences, right? So we can say that the bionanotechnology helps in the drug delivery and prescription of the medicines and the drugs to the patients and the ill people, right? So bionanotechnology or the pharmaceutical nanotechnology, this deals with emerging new technologies for the developing uh, customized solutions for drug delivery system. Now if I'm saying customized solutions, that means I'm saying that this is actually a full service which is provided by the bionanotechnologists or pharmaceutical nanotechnologists in the area of medicine, uh, and that offers the consulting and health support system, right? And we can say that this area of bionanotechnology, this is actually providing accurate, timely and cost effective and very nicely, softly prescribed medicines which should benefit the patient with reference to the health, but has uh, minimized side effects, right? So for the for all the type of health systems which are related to the cancer, which are related to the I told you that fibroids, tuberculosis, with reference to immune system improvement in the immune system. So nano medicines and the bio-nanotechnology, they are working together, and the pharmaceutical nanotechnology, these all are working together, these fields are working together for the betterment of human beings, for the betterment of the health of the human beings, right? The drug delivery system positively impact the rate of absorption of the medicine in the body, distribution of that medicine within the body where it is required, and metabolism of the drug in the body, and then excretion of that drug from the body. That means the clearing out of the extra or the waste from the body, and related chemical substances in the body of human beings, right? So this is very important, इसलिए important है क्योंकि एक अच्छी ड्रग जो है वो उसकी क्वालिटी है, क्वालिटी मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम जब हम बात करते हैं तो टोटल क्वालिटी मैनेजमेंट जो है वो इस चीज़ को कैटर करती है, इस चीज़ पे फोकस करती है कि एक अच्छी ड्रग जो है वो बॉडी के अंदर जाए, स्लोली रिलीज हो, उसके बाद अच्छी एब्जॉर्ब हो, एब्जॉर्ब हो और पूरी डिस्ट्रीब्यूट हो, और डिस्ट्रीब्यूट वहां पे हो जहां पे कि उसकी ज़रूरत है। ठीक हो गया? अच्छा, उसके बाद उसकी मेटाबॉलिज्म इस तरह से हो कि वो बॉडी में जाके जब रिलीज हो रही है तो स्लो रिलीज हो रही है, और जो वेस्ट है वो आराम से बॉडी से पास आउट होता जा रहा है, तो और अच्छे से एक्सक्रीट हो रहा है बॉडी में, जो उसका वेस्ट है वो रह नहीं रहा। अच्छा, अब इसका फ़ायदा क्या होगा? इसका फ़ायदा ये होगा कि यू हैव टू गिव लेसर frequently, you have to give the medicine less in the lesser frequency, right? So दोनों तरह से बेनिफिट है। फर्स्ट थिंग फर्स्ट इज कि आपकी बॉडी को एक्स्ट्रा केमिकल्स बाहर से जो कि आप मेडिसिन के नाम पे ले रहे हो कम लेने पड़ रहे हैं। ठीक हो गया? दूसरी बात कि डेफिनेटली कॉस्ट इफेक्टिव, क्योंकि ये जितनी भी मेडिसिन हैं जो कैंसर के लिए हैं या ट्यूमर्स के लिए हैं या फाइब्राइड्स के लिए हैं या सिस के लिए हैं या ट्यूबरक्लोसिस के लिए हैं या और डिफरेंट बैक्टीरियाज के लिए, these are almost all the medicines are very costly, right? So अब क्या हो रहा है कि ये जो नैनो मेडिसिन हैं, अगर ये आपको एक अच्छा सिस्टम प्रोवाइड कर रही हैं, which is you are calling that कि ये better जो है वो absorption दे रही हैं और improved distribution in the body and improved action in the body, working exactly on the tumors and the cancers and the affected areas, and excreting the waste is excreting completely from the body. तो डेफिनेटली द फर्स्ट थिंग इज कि ये आपकी हेल्थ को इम्प्रूव करने में हेल्प कर रहा है। सेकेंडली, lesser side effects, which is very important in this area because you have seen many of the patients of the cancer and tumors कि उनके ऊपर आप जब देते हैं मेडिसिन तो वो साइड इफेक्ट्स इतने स्ट्रांग होते हैं कि वो उसको सरवाइव नहीं कर पा रहे होते हैं। ठीक हो गया? तो इसका मतलब है कि लेसर साइड इफेक्ट्स, क्योंकि आप लेसर डोज दे रहे हैं तो साइड इफेक्ट्स भी लेसर हो रहे हैं, और प्लस ये कि हम इसकी टॉक्सिसिटी पे, नैनो मेडिसिन की टॉक्सिसिटी पे भी काम कर रहे होते हैं। वी हैव क्लियर कॉन्सेप्ट कि जो नैनो मेडिसिन की जो टॉक्सिसिटी है दैट इज at the decreased level, right? And then we are saying that it's excreting completely, so the toxic material is not living in the body. Definitely that is helping you again. So finishing this point, we can conclude that nano medicines and bio-nanotechnology is helping you in improving the health of the human beings. Okay, so just winding this topic up, right? and repeating a few points we have discussed earlier, right? So what we said during what we discussed during our lecture is that this area has a wide range of applications, and the current applications, a few of the current applications are the first one is nano devices. We have discussed the nano devices, and we said that the nano devices are actually the miniature devices, and these are in the nanoscale, obviously, and some of these include like nano electrochemical systems, electromechanical systems which are working within the body, the living bodies, right, in the human beings, in the plants, in the animals, etc., etc., and like microarrays and nanoarrays, different kinds of biological assays, arrays, for example, DNA, protein molecules, cell, antibodies, etc., etc., right? Okay, and we said that the examples, for example, अगर हम बात करना चाहें अभी दोबारा से, तो biosensors and detectors, and these are actually to detect the trace quantities of bacteria, airborne pathogens, biological hazards, and diseases, signature and diseases causes, viruses, and some intelligent machines like respiratory sites, right? So there are a number of examples of the biosensors. This is actually a bit more biology, so but anyways, nano medicines we have discussed, tissue engineering we have discussed this as well, that nanotechnology is helping a lot in the tissue engineering and helping us in the treatment of injuries and surgeries. This is helping us, and this is making it easy and more sophisticated. Advanced diagnostic in this area as well, the bio-nanotechnology helping us. Drug delivery, we discussed the drug delivery as well. Avoidance of multi-drug resistance. If you remember in the last few slides, we said that this helping us in better medicines, better formulations, better synthesis, and better prescriptions, and all this is helping us in avoidance of multi-drug resistance, जो कि अमूमन poorly synthesized या poorly described medicines का या drugs का after effect होती थी. ठीक हो गया ना? DNA delivery, this is another application जहाँ bio-nanotechnology हमारी help कर रही है. तो हमने we have discussed a lot, right? So yes, this is at the end I must say that this is an area which is actually worth studying and worth working on. Okay, so now after doing a long discussion on bio-nanotechnology and the applications, कुछ assignments तो आपको करनी ही चाहिए, है ना? तो let's begin. The question 1, give a few example of bio-nanomaterials from the real world. अच्छा, I have given few examples, right? So I don't need to know those examples again. नहीं, कुछ फर्क करना आपने, कुछ नए examples अपने environment में देखें and just go with the examples. First question. The second question is, what do you understand by the term nano devices, right? You have to give me the answer. क्या समझ आई आपको? Nano devices होते क्या हैं? How you can explain them? Try to. Yeah? Okay. The third question is, differentiate between bio-nanotechnology and nanobiotechnology. I told you earlier that it seems like that both of these terms are exactly the same. No, but they are not. You know this, right? So what you have to do is you have to explain that what do you mean by bio-nanotechnology and what do you mean by nanobiotechnology, and where's the difference between the two. And if you can give at least one example of bionanotechnology and nanobiotechnology. That would be better. That can make the answer more clear, right? So you have to answer the difference between the two. The second question is differentiate between biotechnology and nanotechnology. हमने ये भी discuss किया है. What do you mean by biotechnology and what do you mean by nanotechnology? So you have to give me the difference. You have to define the biotechnology and you have to define the nanotechnology, and then you have to give the difference of the two, right? Okay ji, all the very best for your assignment and for your rest of assignments. Stay safe. Assalamu alaikum.